for possession and smuggling. And the United States has unveiled a new security strategy focused on strengthening military capabilities to deter potential conflict with China over Taiwan. In response, China pledged to defend its territory and sovereignty over Taiwan and warned against external interference. Taiwan's Foreign Ministry spokesperson has addressed the issue in a press briefing, addressing that only Taiwan's democratically elected government has the right to represent the island's 23 million people in the international community. Hajiao has rejected China's claim, stating that Taiwan absolutely was not part of the People's Republic of China. Let's listen in.
中华民国台湾是主权独立国家，与中华人民共和国互不隶属。这不仅是台海的客观现状，也是国际社会公认的事实。也只有台湾的民选政府，才能在国际社会以及多边场域，代表2300万台湾人民。中国无权智慧以及干预，我们不知道说为什么中国一直要对号入座。实际上，美方的国家安全战略，它强调的是要嚇阻台海冲突。今天可能发生台海冲突的原因，就是中国在台海不断的制造冒进跟采取冒进的行为。那相关的举措已经升高了区域的冲突与紧张。如果中国不这样做的话，实际上是没有会发生台海冲突的可能。
And we now have Biao Teng, who's a Chinese lawyer and political activist, and he joins us from Washington, D.C. Thank you, Mr. Teng, for joining us here at NewsX World. Now, crucial U.S. strategy being shaped with a focus to counter China, also in the South China Sea, and as far as the Caribbean is also concerned, particular concern now, of course, of Taiwan. But I want to ask you about Japan, which has tried to pursue U.S. over the Taiwan question. Now, crucial developments here are coming that Takaichi herself has faced some resistance within her own country as far as her remarks on Taiwan and her increased defense spending following her remarks are concerned.
Yes, so the United States pressured Japan and South Korea to increase their military defense spending and their national security strategy now send a signal that the United States will prevent China from invading Taiwan and also prevent Taiwan from changing the status quo. So I think the Japanese government now has a responsibility to increase their military expenditure, and it's really important to realize that the Chinese invasion of Taiwan, the Xi Jinping's plan to invade Taiwan becomes more and more urgent.
Do you think this strategy has anything more to trouble China?
Yeah. So on the one hand, the strategy is kind of focusing on deterrence, not confrontation. They wanna increase the military presence, the American military presence in Taiwan, and they wanna pressure its allies to keep the status quo of Taiwan and to deter Beijing. But at the same time, I think Trump's policy towards Taiwan is not so consistent. He has sent different messages in terms of Taiwan. That is troublesome, and the strategy is not based on universal values. So it didn't mention Taiwan's liberal democracy, Taiwan's way of life. Its strategy of Taiwan is totally based on geopolitical considerations and economic benefits. They mentioned Taiwan's the important position as the main semiconductor producer, and also Taiwan's geopolitical importance in the first island chain. So that can be problem because if Donald Trump emphasizes these issues, not Taiwan's liberal democracy, then it's possible that Taiwan is seen by Trump, by American government as a bargaining chip, and it can be given up. It can be negotiated, and another problem is it's really important for Taiwan's security to have a democratic ally internationally. So if the United States doesn't want to protect Taiwan, if European countries doesn't have a clear Taiwan strategy, and then Taiwan is in danger. But what Donald Trump has been doing in his first term and second term is not to unite the democratic allies, but to divide and even distance the democratic allies. That would impact the international order deeply. That's not a positive thing.
Is this national security the new one that the US is devising? Do you think its stance against China is going to benefit Japan in its assertion?
Benefit Japan?
In its claim over, you going for military escalation against China over the Taiwan question, if it challenges Taiwan's so-called sovereignty?
Yeah. So Beijing, the People's Republic of China, is the huge threat in East Asian area, and also the biggest threat to the rule-based international order. And there's a competition between China and Japan, and the relationship between the two countries played a significant role in keeping the security in Asia. But now Beijing becomes more and more aggressive in not only South China Sea, East Asian, but also in the whole world, and so that will be a huge challenge to Taiwan, to Japan. I'm not sure if the Americans' national security strategy would benefit Japan, because it is sending conflicting signals, and it's continue its inconsistency of Trump policy, and it's not based on principle, not based on universal values, and so we will wait and see what's happening in East Asia, and we will see the impact on international order by this national security strategy.